Hi, welcome to Beck's Quest and the Week 15 wrap-up. What are we getting up to this week? So this week we are up to not much. We only had 2 days of training this week, some walks, but a lot of computer work time. And I am one of those types that tend to really get bogged down in a project. Once I start a project, I will literally sit for 3 days straight and work on that project. It's really hard for me to not obsess and go down a rabbit hole when I'm working on something. And I just think that's part of my personality. I think that's maybe an ADHD thing. I've always been a very goal-oriented, focused person, but also my brain goes off on tangents and goes down rabbit holes, and I really hyperfixate on things that I want to do, projects that I'm interested in. I just hyperfixate on that and get obsessed and just do it. Plus, I also don't like the stress of a deadline hanging over me. I don't like that unfinished feeling. So it's very difficult for me to walk away from things that I am hyperfixated on. So this week, at least 3 days of the week I spent at a computer working on a project, and I did have to make myself eat. I had to make myself walk away because you can only just do so much work on a computer without getting messy or missing something. You need a fresh eye. So I would put myself to bed eventually, but there were definitely late nights working on this project and then getting up late. And so it's not a good, healthy way to do things, I don't believe. Personally, for me, I find myself not getting enough protein in my diet or not eating at normal hours. And then when I go to bed late and my tummy's upset or my sleep is off and I don't feel rested or great. But regardless, I was able to get 2 days of training in. Thankfully, I have friends, like I said, lately who are training with me. So when you set an appointment, you have to show up. And that's really, at least I should. I think everyone should show up for an appointment. But it was really helpful to have someone being like, hey, when are we training? When are we meeting? Let's meet this time. Let's meet this day, right? So it's so useful to be held accountable and show up for a workout appointment, right? Because your job should also be your health, right? And if you're working a job, you set appointments, you put them in your calendar and you meet deadlines and you show up for that planned activity. That's just how you should do it. Working out is part of our lifestyle. And I instigated that, I added that to my lifestyle probably a year ago. I told myself, this is your life now. Working out is just part of your life. This is part of your routine. This is part of your schedule, because I'm not going to do this for just 2 weeks or 3 months or 6 months or for a couple of years. This is supposed to be the rest of my life. I need to be lifting weights, moving my body, getting my cardiovascular in, getting my flexibility in for the rest of my life if I want health span with my lifespan. So these are things that I need to remember and need to value and honor. And I'm just grateful that my body seems to be getting better and I'm feeling better with this training. Now, this next week, I don't expect to have much training, if any, because I'm going on vacation. And I'm gone for 9 days to beautiful Ohrid, North Macedonia. And I will get a lot of walking in. I'm hoping to get some swimming and beach time in, maybe some dancing. I doubt it, not too much. I am taking a workout outfit and I am taking my training shoes because they have some outside gyms there that I'm going to maybe utilize. And I'm also at a wedding while I'm there. So I have 1 day of a wedding. So there should be dancing at the wedding. But I don't think there's any place where I can really weight train. It would be nice if I can. And if I can get like a training pass or something, I'll figure it out and try to get some training in. I just don't know if that's something that I really can plan for. I probably need to figure that out. So, but I'm not in my mind with all the vacationing and traveling and enjoying because it's vacation. I don't know how much training I'm going to get in. So I can't say that I'm going to train. I'm not going to say that, but I know that I will try not to eat like an asshole and I'll try not to drink like a crazy person. I probably will have something at the wedding. I've lost my train of thought about where I was going with all of this, but I'm going on vacation. So I don't think there's much training this next week. And there were 2 days of training this week. One thing I have noticed in the previous video, my training, I can see my body getting stronger and better. I see my tummy going down. But this week, when I looked at the footage for my weight training, I look bumpier and more bloated because guess what? Not only am I going on vacation this week, but so is my period. Yeah, she just decided to come along. I don't know why. It's like fate always blesses me with my moon cycle. My moon time, the red tide flows in when I'm going to go on vacation. Anytime, it really seems like almost every time I go on vacation, my period shows up. Okay, thanks Peri-menopause, thanks lady parts and such, it's fine. At least I'm still having my period. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I'm having it still. And it's decided to go on vacation with me. So that's going to be fun. And this last video that I took of training when my friend Jasmine and I are doing our push day, I can really see the bloat. So let's talk about training, and let me back up. Let's talk about training this week. So on Monday, we started with leg day 2 because I just did leg day 1 not too far from that, and so I decided to do leg day 2 with my friend Jasmine. And of course this includes the leg press, the walking lunges, our leg curls, and our leg extensions, and that's it for leg day 2. What's great about leg day 2 is it's short and you can hit it and get out of the gym. And I really needed that. And I made sure to walk to the gym. I gave myself time to walk to the gym. And then I did my leg day. And then I walked home and just really usually I don't walk too long on leg days because usually I'm dead tired, but I'm glad I did. And yeah, I really accomplished a really good heavy push on leg day with my leg press, my walking lunges. So leg press starts with one warm-up set of about 10 to 15, and I generally set that around 85 kilos, and then I pop it up to 101 kilograms and do 3 sets of 10 to 15, and I felt really strong on my leg press this time. I felt strong the last time too. I actually have to say I felt strong, but this time the push out was a bit of a struggle. So maybe I think with my period coming, it tends to weaken those nerves, and I knew it was coming. I could feel it. Of course, then it decided to hit me on Thursday. It decided to hit me on Wednesday or Thursday this week. So, but ladies, you feel it coming. So that was the leg press. Then we did our walking lunges, which are 3 sets of 20. Right now, I'm still doing it, just trying to get my balance because my balance is crap. I really need to work on my balance. I need to figure that out. And the goal is to eventually add weights as we do our walking lunges. But right now we're just making sure we don't kill our knee and fall over as we walk. and do our really deep, wide walking lunges. And that one's basically 3 sets of 20. Then after our walking lunges, you can do anywhere from 3 to 5 sets of 15 of leg curls. And on my leg curls, I'm doing about 35 kilos on my curls. And you really, as you're kicking back, you're gonna wanna try to really, almost feels like you wanna kick your own butt kind of thing. The seated leg curls, I think, are much easier than the laying ones. The laying ones, I always feel like I'm going to strain a muscle. The seated, for some reason, just feel better to me, or easier to do a heavier weight. And then after leg curls, we did our leg extensions, and that one I'll do anywhere from 20 to 25 kilograms. And I think I did 20 kilograms. I'm pretty sure I did 20 kilograms this time. And you do 15 reps, of course, of the curls and the extensions. And as you're extending up, you really want to try to hold the extension at the top and then slowly lower down. And I tell you what, if you do that, you will certainly feel the burn. I know I did. So yeah, that was leg day 2 with my friend Jasmine. And as I said, I went for a nice walk after it and enjoyed some sunlight and beautiful city I live in. Then I took multiple rest days. As I said, I kind of went down a rabbit hole and worked on a project for the next 3 days, basically. So I believe I started that evening on Monday, and then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, I worked on the project. And then on Thursday, I met Jasmine again at the gym, and we did our push day. So for our push day, we instead of doing cable crossovers, we did the chest press, and you do 3 sets of 20, because again, that is your warm up, and I did it on 10 kilograms. And just we're warming up the pectorals and the shoulders and everything that's involved, because push day is basically chest and triceps. Those are really what we're really focusing on. I mean, of course, shoulders are involved, biceps are involved, because they're part of the upper body and you're using everything to move these weights. But for the chest press, we're doing 3 sets of 20. Like I said, for me, it was a warm up of 10 kilograms. Then from there, we go and we do on this day, we did push-ups and tricep cable extensions, because the bench for our bench press was taken at the time. Normally we do bench press and push-ups alternating, but this time we did tricep push downs and our bench inclined push-ups together. So starting with the push-ups, I did actually the first set of 20, because like I said, you can usually do 3 sets of 20 or 6 sets of 10. And what I did is I did 1 set of 20, which left me with then 4 more sets of 10, right? So 20, 40, 60 in total, right? Math, yeah. So 4 more sets of 10 after that. And yeah, I think my form was pretty decent on the push-ups. I was really surprised I was able to get through the 20. And I think my goal is to try to get to the point where I can do 3 sets of 20 with good form. But right now I'm getting through 1 set of 20 with good form, and then the rest have to be broken up into sets of 10. Then the tricep cable push downs, we do 5 sets of 15, and you do about 20 to 25 kilograms depending on, again, the machine. Usually this particular machine felt heavier than our others, so we did 20 kilograms, or maybe I was just weak. And again, we really had to focus on trying to lock the elbow at the waist as we're kicking it back. Sometimes I have to let the arms lift up a little bit to get it going. When I feel weak, I just sometimes need the extra momentum, but I don't think that's doing me any favors. I really, really need to concentrate on locking those elbows in at my side for the tricep push down. From there, the benches where the dumbbells were free, and we were able to get both benches and set up for our bench press and our incline bench press. And for our flat bench, what we're going to do is take a barbell. We're going to do 1 set of our warm up with the lighter weight. I did 20 kilograms. And then you do 5 sets of 5 with the heavier weight. I went with the heaviest they have there, which is 25 kilograms. And you do 5 sets of 5 reps with your bench press. And our form is so important. We need to make sure we're really pushing from just under the breast, right? Because we don't want to hurt our shoulders or our elbows. Then from there, we alternated and we did our dumbbell incline press. And I think I did 9 kilograms in each hand for this. And the last one was a bit of a struggle. I was really having a hard time getting my dumbbell up because I was already so tired. And we really, really pushed it out. We pushed those dumbbells out and got in a really good workout. And that one, of course, is 4 sets of 12 with our dumbbell incline press. Then after our incline press, we went into the other part of the gym. We were working out mostly in the ladies section of the gym that's attached to the dressing room. I like that there is an option for a women's only area because you don't have to fight as much usually for the weights, and there's generally not a lot of weird grunting or weird smells in the ladies section. Terrible to say, but it's a thing. Then we went to the other part of the gym where it's universal for everyone, and we found our assisted dip machine. And with our assisted dip, we made a new progressive load, and I did the assisted dips at 40 kilograms. We lost the 5 kilograms this week, and we're able to do 3 sets of 15 with our assisted dips. So that was our week 15 training. There was walking involved, there was decent eating. I didn't really eat like a total jerk. My boyfriend did take me out this week. We went for Italian food and I had steak tagliata. It was lovely. It's basically a skirt steak or a New York strip. I'm not sure which kind of meat tagliata is in American terms, but it was cooked lovely. It was medium, served with arugula and Parmesan, and I enjoyed absolutely every bite. Then to prepare for our upcoming vacation, as you can see here is the huge mess of laundry and packing involved getting ready for this adventure to Oak Ridge. And of course, then once I got all of that together, I made sure to get my vitamins together and packed up all my little vitamins and all the supplements that I'm going to need as I'm gone for this week. It's basically a week, it's 9 days on vacation. So yeah, I'm looking forward to my trip very, very soon. I am definitely noticing differences. As I was preparing for this trip, I had to try on clothes, and a lot of my clothes are fitting better. I don't look so terrible in a bathing suit. I was dreading this beach vacation, but just staying consistent and not eating a lot of fast food or junk and going crazy with the alcohol and being consistent with my training, I'm definitely seeing the changes in my body. And I was able to get into clothes that I haven't worn in quite some time. And I have some new outfits that I can take on vacation now because these clothes fit better. I'm really excited to be able to wear clothes that I didn't think I was going to be able to wear just a few months ago, maybe even a few weeks ago. I was like, ooh, I don't think I'm going to be able to get into that. But the change is happening. It is slow. There is bloating. I am human, but I need to remember that I've met some of the goals that I needed to met with these consistencies that I have instituted into my life. Is that the right word? Regardless, we've got things happening. I have to trust the process. The process is working, and I just need to stay firm and continue to work towards my goal of just a good, healthy body, mind, spirit, life. I need to find balance. And when I get back from vacation, I go right back into work time. Vacation time is over, summer is done, the season has started. We're gonna hit the ground running, but I'm hoping to take with me into the work season the calm of vacation, the balance of life, and figuring out this journey as we have really set certain new habits that seem to be implementing themselves quite well into our lifestyle. Implement, that was the word. So yeah, I think we're doing the things that we need to do. I think we're getting to the places we need to get to. And I'm just really looking forward actually to seeing what the next month and months bring, and continue to see the change and the progress. And of course, I hope that you will join us for week 16. I probably will have lots of vacation videos to share and good times. And I'll tell you how I did when it comes to eating and drinking. I'm absolutely going to eat and drink and enjoy myself, but we're not going to go crazy. So thanks for joining me for week 15, and thank you for watching my videos and joining me. Please make sure to like and subscribe if you already haven't, and feel free to leave me a comment. Let me know how you're doing on your journey. I'm interested to know if you're setting and implementing these good things in your life, like regular training, meeting friends for good moments, healthy choices, not eating out as much, cutting back on alcohol. Are you getting your sleep? I certainly have not been. So that's something I need to implement more of, is better sleep quality in my life. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you next week. Okay? Bye.